If you are growing anything at all, food, flowers, or whatever, you need pollinators. And if you happen to be somebody that can only grow inside and you're growing inside, you need to hand pollinate. But we need our veggies and things to get pollinated. I need more bees and butterflies in my garden. I actually have a butterfly plant, and I'll show that to you. And when it blooms, I get the most amazing butterflies. I mean, butterflies, I'm like, where did this come from? They're so big and colorful, and they're like butterflies I've never seen before. But I still need more. Now, this morning, I had a nice bumblebee. I think, no, it wasn't a bumblebee. It was a yellow jacket. I don't know, the black and yellow, big, fat, jumbo bee was in my garden. But that's not enough. So today, I am going to show you how I'm going to create 4 different areas, which are going to technically be on the 4 corners of my garden, pollination with a water bottle. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with these water bottles and how I'm going to fix it in my garden to bring in more pollinators. So if you are new to the channel, I'm Pam. Take a second and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to bring you all up closer so we can do this step by step. Okay, so these are just regular water bottles, nothing fancy. First thing I'm going to do is take the tag off of it. And the next thing I'm going to do is cut a nice hole in it, okay? Let's see, I'll start from about right here and cut straight down. Not all the way to the bottom, but very close to it, okay? Then I am going to go over that way. Not all the way to the top, but very close to it. And then, let's see, let's go across on the bottom here. And I am eyeballing this. I'm not doing any measurements, and I'm going to cut it straight down to create a hole. Okay, so now we have this entire area that has a hole. You'll need to keep the top on your bottle as well, okay? Now, I am going to actually drill a couple of holes in the bottom. You can poke a hole in there, but I think it's going to be easier if I just drill a couple here. And then I left a little edge right here on this side of it, and I left a little edge right there. We're going to drill a hole right here and a hole right there, and 2 in the bottom, okay? So I'm gonna sit this down because I need something firm, and I'm just gonna take my drill and drill a hole. You can probably do this with a screwdriver. It's not hard plastic. Okay, that's 1 hole. And I'm actually have it aligned with the holes in my table so I can go straight down. Okay, that's 1. Then I'll do another one about right here. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that, but I have a hole right here and a hole right there, okay? Now I need a hole in the top part of it, okay? Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but let's see, where's the screwdriver? Here's the hole right here on this end. I'm gonna do another one up here at the top. All right, perfect. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is actually put two of these zip ties through here on the top half. And I'm not closing them up because I'm going to need to open them, but it'll be harder for me to get them through in a second. So I'm going to put them through now so that I know that they are there, just like that, okay? I just have regular soil in this bucket. I keep it outside, and so I don't have a top to it. It's just a Easter bucket, actually, from years ago. And just got some soil in here. So I'm just going to take this soil and I keep it out here so when I have small projects like this or I need a little soil, then I don't have to drag out my big one. So from here, I am just going to fill this up with soil. And I'm doing it over here, over the bucket, because it's so small that I know if I don't, I will waste plenty. Okay, fill it all the way up. Give it a good shake there. Okay, now from here, I'm going to sit this down. Lean it up against something because it's very fragile. And I'm going to put some wildflowers in it, okay? And when you have a small garden like I do, you have to learn to be creative with your space. I absolutely do not want to use any of my pots for flowers, okay? So we're going to create our own little flower area. These are wildflowers, so I am just putting them in here. No rhyme or reason. Okay. Take just a little bit of soil and sprinkle on top. You can mix it in. For me, it's easier just to sprinkle a little bit more on top. Not much at all. Now, let's go over and I'll show you what we do with this next. This is what we have created from our water bottle. Okay, so I have 4 of these trellises in my garden. And 2 of them right here are pretty close together, but they're actually on the corners of my garden. So we're going to attach this to each one of the trellis. And when the wildflowers grow, it'll attract more bees and butterflies into the area at all 4 points of the garden. Now, sure, when your plants grow, they're going to have flowers, most of them. Not everything, especially herbs, but they will have flowers. But you don't want to wait until those flowers appear to bring in pollinators. You want pollinators as soon as possible. Now, I'm a little late doing this because I probably should have already had it done because I've got a lot of stuff blooming already. But better late than never. So I'm going to put this up here at the very top. This is actually one of my trellis that I have for my cucumbers. So I'm just going to take this apart right here where I put it together at so that we can attach it. Okay, so I'm going to attach it over on this side and this side. Turn this over again. Be careful when you're doing this. If you don't have any help, be careful so that you won't waste it. So you kind of got to hold it with one hand and tie it to at least get the first half of it in here. Now you could probably put this up here first and then fill it up. But for whatever reason, I wasn't feeling that. So I thought, let me go ahead and fill it first and then put it up. So that's what we did. Now all we have to do is water it in. Now, if you want to be really nice and neat and everything, you can cut the little extra off of your zip ties. I'm not going to do that. I am going to tuck it in a little bit, but I'm not going to cut it because I'm reuse my zip ties. I'm not cutting nothing. Okay, we're not cutting anything. Oh, lift this up a little bit so I can get it in there. There we go. That's good enough, because when the flowers bloom, you're not going to see it anyway. You probably won't see this, okay? I don't need a ton of flowers. I just need a few, all right? And yes, it's going to take a little bit for these to germinate, but that's okay, all right? You can use a larger water bottle if you want bigger. This is just perfect for me, okay? I'm going to water it, and when my cucumbers come up, they can still intertwine because they're just flowers, okay? So I'm going to knock the rest of them out, and then I'm going to show you what they all look like. So I'll be back. This is actually my butterfly plant, and it's growing quite nicely. It comes back year after year. I've only planted it once, and it comes back, and each year more come back. Actually, one year I thought I pulled it up by its roots, but it came back again. And this is one that I have completed. Here is the other one. And then the other two are at this end right here, but that's where my trellises are. Now, this particular one, I put all the way up at the top because I didn't want to disturb my golden raspberry bush that's already taken over the trellis. If you are growing in a small space, keep in mind that growing upwards will always give you more space. Now, exactly what you saw me do, just to bring in a few pollinators with small water bottles, if you have one pot, you can literally put 2 trellises in the one pot. And on each row, you can use something larger, or maybe every other row, depending on how your trellis is shaped. If it has rows, pick one that has at least 2 or 3 rows in there. You can use something larger, like maybe a soda bottle or a large juice bottle. I'm talking about like the 2-liter soda bottles. And you can actually plant plants in there. Just make sure you have drainage holes on the bottom. It's a pot. It's a container, okay? And if you have a trellis, you have something down in the bottom of your pot. And if you have 2 more rows, then you've got 2 more plants you can plant. The key is be strategic. Be very strategic in the plants you choose. Don't get a soda bottle, a 2-liter Pepsi, a 7-Up bottle, and plant carrots in it, okay? It's not going to work so well, all right? Unless you turn it up the long ways and plant 1 carrot. Be strategic, okay? Grow something that has shallow roots, maybe an herb or something. You can even grow perennials like that. Strawberries grow good in things like that that are hanging baskets, and they don't need a lot of room. If you give a strawberry a lot of room, it'll take over just like mint will, because the shoots will keep growing, and as the shoots grow, if they touch the ground or soil, it will take root and continue to grow. So strawberries is something that you can put in a container like that, larger than a water bottle container, but any container with zip ties are strong, okay? So they will hold the containers. So trying to bring in the bees and the butterflies to my garden. Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with me here in my garden. If you got anything out of the garden, or if it sparked your interest or put a smile on your face, take a second and subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 100,000 subscribers together. Returning subscribers, thank you for keep coming back and hanging out with me here in my garden. And my channel members, thank you so much for being a part of the Scaredy Cat crew. Amazing support. I love each and every one of you all. I'm Pam. This is Zone 8A. And anywhere you can sit a pot, you can grow a plant.